Hello, this is my review of the Suunto Spartan Ultra heart rate monitor GPS watch thing after a week. I did a review last week after one day and I slammed it pretty much because I was really disappointed with it. I've had a Suunto Ambit 3 for years and the Spartan was like far inferior to the Ambit 3. Since then, in a week, I think I've worn it every day. I've kayaked with it, I've run with it, I've cycled with it, I've mountain biked with it, I've weightlifted with it, and I've swum a lot of laps in the swimming pool with it, and worn it as my everyday watch, I must say. And I've grown to, I've softened towards it. I've grown to like it a lot more. So what I like about it is I like the colour screen. I think the colour screen's good. You know, the clarity's pretty good. The colour isn't as good as if you have a look on the web at the promotional material. It looks a lot brighter, but still, it's not bad. I quite like the look of the watch overall. I'm in an executive job, so I wear a suit all day long, and so I wear it with a suit, so it looks heaps better as an everyday watch. It's much more comfortable. The old Ambit 3 had the big GPS bump on it that made it a bit uncomfortable and made it stick out from your watch a bit. Having said that, I think that big GPS bump probably made the GPS a bit better. So what I like about it, the look, the colour screen, I like the splits. I really like the way you can change the watch faces. I think that's great. I love the breadcrumb thing. It took me about 4 days to find it, but I found it when I was out on my mountain bike at just the right time, when I was getting a bit lost in the bush. So I used the breadcrumb to find my way back and intersect with the track and get home. So that was great. That was really good. I also like the targets. The targets work well, especially with the little buzzy alarm. It's got a little, I don't know what you call it, a vibration alarm when you hit the targets. When particularly I do a lot of my kayaking on the river in the dark in the morning, and a little buzz to tell me I've hit my target or haven't hit my target is really good. What I don't like, the syncing with the software is still pretty glitchy. I'll show you this. So this is on my iPad. I haven't synced it with this, so we'll see how we go. So, okay, so I've still got my Spartan Ultra there. I go add a watch, looking for watches, looking. It's right there. It's right next to it. Why are you looking? It's right there. You know, you can fiddle around and you can do some stuff, and it will ultimately find it. And four or five steps later, it'll work out. Having said that, then it'll suddenly inexplicably forget it and won't sync properly, and you have to delete moves count, reinstall it, and do the whole thing again. So it's still pretty glitchy. So I don't like that. Oh, one thing I don't like is, so I'm 52 and my eyesight's not that brilliant. So I quite like in the sports modes being able to set certain variables really big. So when I'm kayaking, for example, I like to have the speed quite big, so I can sort of at a quick glance while I'm paddling along, just have a quick look and see if I'm sitting on my target speed. When I'm running, I really like to have the heart rate monitor really big, and I can't figure out how to adjust the preset sports modes. Are more, I think, designed for people who are less involved in their sports and like to have a preset, but I would much rather have something that I can make the way I want it. I don't like the way that I can't find the charge indicator. Somewhere in there, I believe, is a charge indicator, but I can't work it out. I've read the instructions, still trying to find it. But on the Ambit 3, it's right up there on the face screen, which if you're doing a lot of exercise and I travel a lot, it's important to know when you need to find a USB port and plug it in and charge it, especially if you're in the bush. I hate the fact it doesn't have an alarm, like it just grates on me. I have to sleep now with my iPhone next to the bed so I wake up in time. So yeah, I mean the steps are good. I really like having the steps. Having said that, I think it's lying to me. There's no way I've done 8,760 steps today. All I've done is go and kick the football around with the kids. But I do like it. But I think it's very generous. Let me say. I think it's giving me a lot more steps than I'm really doing. So bottom line is, I think that the hardware itself is good. I think it's just software issues. And when I put my review on before, a few people sort of were a bit critical and saying, oh, well, you know, you're an early user. And I was going, well, not really, because they've released it at full retail price. It's out there in the marketplace. And it's a bit like, you know, we're talking here about a upper end European piece of equipment. If I bought a Volkswagen or a BMW, and as I drove it out of the showroom, you know, the gearbox was jumping around, or the lights didn't come on properly, or the speedo had some lag in it, I can't imagine that BMW or Volkswagen would say, don't worry, we've got a software update coming out in 3 months and it'll all be okay, you know. So I don't know why Suunto thinks that they can do it and get away with it. So I think they're sort of treating their customers, and I'm a loyal customer, I've had a few Suunto now, they're treating their loyal customers quite badly. So look, I would recommend to buy one, but be prepared that Suunto is treating you as though you are a beta user, and maybe wait a while. At the moment, you know, you can get competitor models really cheaply that have been discounted. So, you know, I'd maybe wait a while, wait a few months, and then buy it when the software's been updated, and maybe they'll be making some hardware changes at the same time. But thanks for watching.